Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham. If this is your first time here, then welcome. Welcome to this little caravan. And here I do oracle readings. I do a lot of other things, but today is an oracle reading. So it is June 1st, 2023. Let me get my extra light on here, shall I? Let's see. Oh, it's not even pointing at me. That's not very helpful, is it? Oh, well. So today, June 1st. Feel like June might feel a little longer to people than what maybe what you want. And so I am going to challenge you to, if you're waiting for something in June, if there's something coming after June, if June feels like it's just dragging on, um, try shifting that way of thinking to actually how precious it is that you get so much more life. Often we'll complain that life is moving too fast, it's going too quickly for us. And then we'll complain that life is dragging on. And it really isn't congruent to have both of those complaints. The feeling of time is really based on our own perception. And so I would ask you to begin seeing any type of dragging on, or, oh, this month just doesn't seem to end. It just keeps going and going. To say, wow, it's continuing to go and go. And we get so much more of it. Oh, that's really funny. um, we have we have love endures. Love endures. I also feel like a lot is going to happen in June. It feels like a lot of things are going to happen. So, that big change I've been talking about, I think this is when the change happens. But it just might be that you feel the change happening, and then there's like three other things that still need to fall into place in order for that to come to fruition. So it's like the beginnings of all this change, like your foundation's set, and now it's the first little bits coming up. So you can tell by the frame that it's going to be a house, or building a palace, whatever it is, an empire, whatever it is you're building. You can see by the frame, but there's still so much more time before you even get to window level or doors or a second level, a third level, and all these things. So it's having faith that actually these things are going to persist. So love endures. It says, love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. And I am getting a feeling like within love too, if you're in this collective, you may experience like a barrier or an interruption or some sort of thing that actually it feels like it's standing in your way, right? But if something is in your way, it's either meant to clear or meant to protect you from whatever is behind that wall. I'm feeling a sense of like just trusting that any slowed down pace, any perceived barrier is for your highest interest. That's what I'm really feeling today. It's for your highest and best interest. Okay. And then we also have the rattle. This is what I'm trying to find. I'm really drawn to this rattle card. And I'm sure it has a message for us. So let's see. Yes. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. So this could be to art. I saw drawing instruments there and it immediately spoke to me. And so don't let, my hesitation get in the way of my expression. It's such a beautiful course corrective reminder that hesitation is human and the expression is divine. And so don't let your human get in the way of your divine. And really, they're all one and the same as well. It says, The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our own personal needs. So, as you think about your life, are you also thinking about those around you, the greater impact you might have on this earth, the long term of your life, and how that will feel? This is something I actually tend to think a lot about. Is I'll think about when I'm in my 80s, 90s, and beyond. I do hope there's a beyond for me. So 80s, 90s, and beyond. I like to think about what it is that I'll be reflecting upon about my life, how it is I will have seen my choices, whether, there's more and there's always more that I could be doing or growing into or keeping my mind and heart open to as far as the impact and life that I want to have lived, the legacy actually. Before you pass on, there's still a legacy of your life. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. So if you're in any place of feeling like a lack of support or a lack of creativity or a lack of love or a lack of clarity, trust that if you are acting in accordance with your divine self, and if you are using your spiritual tools, you're going to be guided back to love. If you are not in a state of love right now, you're going to be guided back to that place. This card says the only thing that is real is love. So your barriers are not real. Your hesitations and your fears, they're only real as much as you make them. They really aren't. Reality is love and true inspiration and true divine connection. This says shift your focus back to love. So if you have gotten away from the idea of love and you've started stressing yourself out, if you have like a business, for example, and instead of focusing on what it is you love to do and how it is you love to serve, or the product you love to make, or the people you love to help, the work that you love to do, even within your business, if you have shifted away from that, shift your focus back to love and you will have more energy. This energy that I was feeling is like telling yourself things are a way that they are when that slows you down or has you feeling bad, right? Whereas time feeling slow could be seen as a good or a bad thing, right? Like you can see time going by slowly as, wow, we get so many more minutes in the day. I get to enjoy all these minutes. I get to be in my life and not just watch it passing by. And then you see time flying as a bad thing, right? That, there's so many different ways you could see any passing of that. And the thing is, time itself is only one factor of our of our awareness. And so if you could shift yourself back to or towards a place where you're focusing on the feeling of love and where that feeling of love is most recognized in your habits and activities, in people in your life, you're going to be on a track that at least feels better and likely is more connected. Yeah, we also have Coventina purification. This I'm feeling for someone in relation to thoughts. And I'm also feeling for someone, so there's one that's in relation to thoughts, and one side of this is also in relation to eating and or fasting. I'm really feeling like a heavy sense of needing greens and needing dark greens. I'm also seeing spirulina in my mind. So if you've been thinking about spirulina, that might be an extra validation for you. This says it is time for a cleansing detoxification of body and mind, Coventina purification. And purifying the mind could look like doing some real hypnotherapy work. It could look like repeating some thoughts in your mind. It could look like journaling, doing like a brain dump, right? Just getting all of your things out. That happens to me sometimes. I'll not realize it quite like right away, but I'll have been like swirling with all these different ideas and thoughts in my mind, and then go, whoa, okay, I need a bit of a break. And in order for me to get that break, I actually need to get the stuff out of my mind. So it doesn't look like I'm having a break. It looks like I'm writing a whole bunch, but it just gets things out of my brain so I don't need to hold them in there anymore. It's like a swimming pool and there's like 50 kids in it. Then you're like, okay, we only have room for 10 people to do a lesson at a time, right? So 40 of these kids need to have a spot where they can come later in the week and then we can rotate. Okay, and then we also have, I think it's leap of faith. Feel free to always correct me if I get the pronunciation wrong. Leap of faith says, take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Now, I'm going to ask you right now to think about not one of the obvious things that you clearly need to do, but what is one of those tougher, feelier, more heart-centered things that feels like, oh, this is really tugging at me. And if I were to just speak my mind in this situation, if I were to say what's truly on my heart in this situation, that would be a risk. And I just want you to spend a bit of time today imagining as if you took the leap of faith. I'm not saying you have to do it today. I just think it's really good for us to imagine and expand our mind out to what if that went really poorly? What if that went really well? And you just entertain both, right? And don't stress yourself on either. You're just entertaining both as a spot in your mind, taking a leap of faith and it not really landing the way you want, taking this leap of faith for something that's really important to your heart, right? Maybe it's like a big pitch for some idea that you have. Maybe it's confessing feelings or intentions or desires. Maybe it's a tough conversation that you perceive may bring about some kind of conflict. Maybe it's talking to someone you haven't talked to in a long time. Um, Maybe it's discussing, a new idea or new project with someone who could very well help, and so you have nerves about that. That's kind of like the business pitch idea. So lots of different, and I'm sure you can relate it to whatever it is, but this leap of faith feels more like a heart based. And if you can at least entertain yourself for, okay, here's how it could work if it doesn't really go as smoothly, and here's how it would work if it went very, very well, then you have a bit more choice in the matter to say, well, if I don't say anything, I never open up to the good part of that happening, right? And if I say something and I kind of have a feeling of where it might end up, then you can assess, is that okay? Is that a worthy enough risk to balance out how great it could actually be? And so that's the thing. Sometimes we think we're being realistic because we're thinking, oh, well, it could go this way and it could be, oh, fine, but maybe I don't need it. And, when really, if you could just neutralize that and say, well, here are the two ways it could go, plus anywhere in between, but you won't know unless you do the thing. It's a lot easier to then take that risk. And yeah, I'm going to pull a super attractor card as well. Oh, I feel like a sense of nerves today. I'm not sure what that is. I feel a sense of nerves, like a fear kind of feeling. But it's almost like excitement. It's like excitement, but kind of nervousness, kind of fear. I'd be curious to know what you're feeling that way. Okay. I choose to be a super attractor and have unwavering faith in the universe. Leap of faith, unwavering faith. Could you believe that things are actually going to go well enough that you don't waver and don't have that panic and don't have that fear? I find this one challenging to put into practice. I love putting it in practice, but I find it challenging as well, right? Because I so value the logical side of my brain. I so value the analytical side to say, well, here's how, that could go. And here are the ways that this will serve you or not, or is valuable or is not, and being able to actually categorize stuff. And at the same time, there are so many things I'm guided to do in this lifetime that don't really actually make a ton of logical sense. So that leap of faith thing and actually having unwavering faith, it can be really challenging, right? It can be really challenging to go, well, I've seen how stuff like this has gone for other people, or I see how this has gone, like a similar thing has gone for me in the past and it wasn't good enough. So, you can just go on and on and on and on. But right now, today, you are in an entirely different place than you've ever been in your life. This is a new place, a new day, a new moment. And from here forward, you actually could have everything go differently. And so try to have this unwavering faith with what you feel intuitively drawn towards. Okay, I'm back. And then Oh, this is such a perfect one for us. Love the colors on this. I kind of match actually the colors on this one. It says, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I am aligned in the moment. So, isn't that exactly what I was just saying? Finding alignment in today and in the moment. And, if you're able to spend a bit of extra time with this thing that I have any fear about, or any worry, or any concern or doubt about. And again, this does not feel like the obvious one. This doesn't feel like the health one. It feels like something a bit deeper in having to do with other people. Whatever this one is that you're like feeling kind of uncertain about, whatever this connection, friendship, bond, relationship, whatever it is you're feeling uncertain about, try to entertain both sides fully. And then you'll be able to make that leap saying it could go anyway, but I've got to put my heart into it. So then you sort of clear out what are the fears and what is the excitement and what is the anxiety, perhaps. And then you're able to make a choice to actually just act from your heart. And from your heart forward, it should be telling you to do everything that's, in your highest and best alignment. So I hope this resonates with you. Let me know if it does. I always like knowing from people what they get out of these readings. And I will be back for some more videos. Of course, I'll be on for the daily YouTube Oracle tomorrow. I may end up going live later tonight. I think later tonight would be smart, actually. So I'll set that up right now. I'll set up a YouTube for us to go live later tonight, and I will answer some Oracle questions. We'll hang out together. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. I'm going to go on live tonight at 9 p.m. this time, just because I got a really long sleep last night. So I'm wondering if my body just needs a bit more rest. So I'll go live 9 to 10 rather than 10 to 11 like last time. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will chat soon, and hope to see you later on the live tonight. Take care.